think we're live. The countdown.
No turning back. Run for your lives.
We're not ready.
Are we ever ready? Is anybody ever actually ready?
I don't know.
Really? Like
Probably not.
No, probably not.
Yeah,
How about all you in the chat? Like however many of you, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you?
I know. Are you guys ready? Because we weren't.
Because if you're ready, then we'll get.
We're ready. We have to be. We have to be ready because we're live now. We don't have a choice.
Takes me forever to get ready. For real, it's like the shower, the hair. It's like It's
are you one of those? Are you like a metro? Are you like what do they call them? A metro man?
Well, no, not anymore. No, I shed that when I was 11, and then I just kind of grew out of it. And I'm good now. I'm good. Now I'm set.
Oh my God! So hi guys, hello world. Welcome to JenergyVibes. I'm so excited for tonight's show. We have the amazeballs, Geoff Woliner with us. Incredible human being, soul, spirit, all of the things. Funny as hell. So I hope you brought your tissues and you're close to the bathroom, maybe some Depends. I don't know. But be
Definitely
prepared.
Depends for the over 70 crowd. And you know what? Depending on where you are, for the over 30 crowd. I'm just saying, for some of you too. It's
don't try to be nice. We are not sugarcoating anything here tonight.
No, it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real. It's gonna get raw. It's gonna be good. So if you're easily offended, probably now's the time to switch off the channel and keep it moving.
Yeah, because if you don't know what the word irreverent means, look it up now.
By the way, I realized I just told people to switch off the channel. It's your show. It's like I'm actively telling people just to bug out of your shows. I'm the worst ever. I am seriously the freaking worst.
The worst what?
No, Lenka's here. We need a shout
I know. I love you, Lenka. Hello, my love. I'm so happy that you're back. Welcome back. Love having you here. And she sends us kisses. Yay.
All right. So tell me, Lenka, how was it being a jailbird for a few days? You meet your friends in the joint? Or,
I know, Lenka. Like you were a jailbird. She was passionate and pissed.
Yeah.
She was passionate about being pissed.
Yeah, we got Prakash here from Bangladesh. Good to see you. I've always said I don't get enough people from Bangladesh on my live streams. They're all going to yours. That's what's going on here. I finally figured it out. That's it.
They're coming to me.
Crack the code. Good to see you, Prakash. And so this is awesome.
We're rolling already. We got so I'm just gonna check my Facebook.
Is that like upstate New York Italian Facebook or
Facebook? Yes.
Oh, my father's in the house. Hey, Pop, good to see you.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at that. It's got the same last name.
Isn't that something? There's not.
Is that really your dad?
Yeah, it is.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, there's not a lot of us out there. Not a lot of Walliners out there. And if you Google us,
Mr. Woliner. How about that? I just said, "What's up, Mr. Woliner?" Like, is that old school or what? Because none of the kids these days call their friends' parents Mr. and Mrs.
You know what's fun about that though? Like, if you say it to me, I can legit say right now, "Hey, I'm not Mr. Woliner. My father is, and he's right here." So that's perfect.
Absolutely. Right. You too, son.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wish my mom was here.
Yeah. Invite her on. Let's do it.
No, she's not on social media.
That's impossible. Everyone's on social media. She has to be on the Facebooks.
Not my Nana, not my mom.
Oh, really?
No.
All right, we need a search party. Somebody find Nana and get Nana down here right now.
I know.
I am going on a hunger strike until Nana shows up here and joins the party. That's what's happening.
I'll let her know. Be sure to let her know.
Please let her know.
She's funny though, because like we'll be talking about something and she'll be like, "Don't you go and post that on Facebook." I'm like, Mom, like it'll be something really personal. I'm like, I don't go. I'm not going to go post on Facebook. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we have our first LinkedIn user here. We were just talking about that. We have the first LinkedIn user of the evening.
Yes. Yeah. And Lenka's right. He calls people Mr. and Mrs. It's called respect. And we don't see that in these younger generations anymore. So
yeah, I was going to say we're a bunch of.
Hi, Chica. Margaret's here.
Hey, Margaret. What's cooking?
Hello, LinkedIn user. I don't know who you are. I hate that.
I love it. I love the anonymity. I love the fact that
anybody.
This could
be. Then then feel more.
This could be literally anybody. So let's take bets right now. You and I. Let's make like a whole casino right here. Right? We're gonna go an over under on the number of LinkedIn users. We're gonna do a prop side bet on if it's somebody that we know, if it's a total stranger. We're just like stack some parlays here and just Yeah.
It's Rassy.
There it is.
Hi. Do you know Rassy B?
I do now.
Oh, sassy Rassy. She
Yeah.
is fantastic. We had a magical conversation on Zoom last night. She's my new
All
girl.
right.
Oh, she's amazing.
Fantastic. I say
All
rest
right.
for a treat tonight just because Jen's here. Me, I don't know. We'll see.
Absolutely. Well, you know what, you guys, like, I'm so excited for tonight. I'm so like pumped to be on here with Geoff. Geoff and I, we have amazing conversations like all the time. So we were like, you know what? We just need to bring this to the public.
You do. Yeah. God help you all.
I really should have a disclaimer for tonight's show because I have no idea what we're talking about tonight and I have no idea where this is going to go. I just know that it's going to go deep and it's going to go places and it's going to be real. It's going to be transparent. It's going to be authentic. And it might even get mind bending.
Oh yeah.
And a little challenging of belief systems.
I hope so.
I'm just saying. I don't know though, because
God, I hope so. No pun.
That's
But really,
Geoff's mind and whatever he's going to channel through is going to take us wherever we're meant to go.
And you know why we're going to do that?
Why?
I know it's going to be a super spiritual show, so I wore my favorite shirt tonight.
What?
We're rocking this, ladies and
gentlemen.
Look
Look at that, Margaret. Internet minister right here in the house. Woo,
it.
woo.
It's going to be good.
I love it. I love it. Yes. Yeah. Whenever you are not pumped. Oh, whenever are you not pumped, Jen? Well, I wasn't earlier.
No. No, we did kick this around that we're gonna talk about the irreverent path to the divine, aren't we? Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as you tell me what the hell that means.
I don't know what that means. I was hoping you would know what it means. And there's a line leading the line over. It's like it's crazy.
Lenka loves your shirt.
Oh yeah, thank you, Lenka. Oh. Now I'm the commission painting of the. I ask her to do a commission painting every time we do this.
Oh, she should do that of you and your minister shirt. That would be nice.
Yeah. So Lenka, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to give you $150 up front. Then I'm going to report you, and then it's a bad joke, folks. Lenka had a bad situation. Anyway, so this is the irreverent path to being complete ass to one of my friends. That's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
all right. Well, that's kind of the human path, right? So we're here to talk about the irreverent path. To the
it totally is. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be nice. So the irreverent. So now, Jen, you have a path, right? So for all of you who don't know Jen, you should all know Jen. I mean, really, you should all know Jen. Jen, she digs into what's going on there. She said, "Okay, you, and you, energy blockage here, and there, and then definitely here. For me, definitely here. And she's like, all right, I'm going in with a roto-rooter, and I'm getting that energy out. I'm getting it out, baby. I'm getting it all out." And then she is allowing that path to everything to start flowing through you again. So, Jen. Tell everybody watching at home, how does that path flow through you?
Through the power of allowing and the power of intention.
Okay. Just let that marinate for a second here.
Yeah. You mean in terms of the work that I do?
Yeah. Just all of it.
We had. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, I don't ever go in with my own agenda. It's not about Jen's agenda, right? Agenda. Because whenever it is my agenda, it's like agenda, right? Like that's what I've always said. Like if I try to have agenda, it's really agenda.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the Jen show, you know, I'm not in charge. And it's really about trusting your body's wisdom, trusting your subconscious, trusting your soul, trusting life force energy, if you will, trusting the divine to channel through and bring forward exactly what is meant to be released in that moment for your highest good in this lifetime.
I dig that. I do. I feel that. I feel that viscerally, you know, and I like to trust my body's wisdom as often as I possibly can, but I got to be honest with you. My left knee is the biggest moron I've ever met in my entire life. Like this is a special slice of stupid we're dealing with down here. So, you know, there's a limit to everything. You know, maybe my molars are okay. They know what's going on. They've been around. They did a little bit of yoga, Tibet, but the knee, forget it. This is like a Mets fan level idiot here.
Oh my God. Hi, Jason. Jason Lebowitz is here.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Awesome. I'm wondering, is this really going to be a roast against me? Are you?
No, it's gonna be roasted me. I'm setting you up as the authority and me as the foil. So
Okay.
good.
All right. That's
Good
hilarious. So
yeah,
that's my answer to your question.
it's a good answer.
It's simple.
The reason I ask it
Yeah.
is because I want everybody who's watching to know that you all have that same opportunity for that same path. Jen has a special gift. Jen's able to channel it, but this is something available to everybody through the power of irreverence. And people think irreverence is just joking, just BSing. It's just, and it's a whole lot of that. Don't get me wrong. For those of you who know me on LinkedIn and elsewhere, there's a whole lot of that. But what irreverence really is, think of all reality. It's just kind of this big lump of clay, and you just step onto it, and you have your hands, and you can do whatever you want with it. Most people, they take a tiny little piece of that clay, they mold it into a little statuette of something, and they stare at it for their entire lives. That is what they call their name, their identity, their world, their friends, their job, everything. Meanwhile, there's this massive lump of clay that's like just sitting right there. It's just sitting right there, and it's available to you at any time you want it. You can take this statuette, you could toss it back in there. You could get your hands in there again, like one of these, like crazy toddlers, like one of these three-nagers that gets in there and just, makes a whole big mess of it and then creates 8 new different things and then puts it all together. Next thing you know, you've got 5 new statuettes. You've got 20 new statuettes. And then you destroy the statuettes and you start again. But the cool thing is what you're really doing, you're accessing that clay because you do have access to it. We forget that we have access to it. And when you do that by creating all these different new statuettes, every time you think, speak, act, interact, you realize this whole damn thing's your playground. All of it is. Everything.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my rant. But yeah.
You know what image is going through my mind is the scene from Ghost. The movie Ghost.
Way to take it in that direction. All right, that's fine. That's cool. It's a good scene though, right? Comment.
Look, I got my microphone here. I can pretend.
Yeah, that's Jen, you in danger, girl. Yeah. I didn't like that.
Have you seen the meme? There's a meme with that scene of them, Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore with the clay, and behind them the Ghostbusters. I don't know if you've seen it. It's freaking
fantastic.
It's hilarious. It's brilliant.
I watched that whole movie for Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright is the only reason I watched that movie. And I just zone in. Just the greatest deadpan comedian of the 80s. Just love that guy.
Wasn't he amazing? He's amazing. Reinvention. Good stuff. No limitations. Yes.
No limitations.
Dad Woliner. Yes. Yeah. I mean, limitless. I love, they're like, limitless is the energy of that word is just, it's delicious.
It is delicious. And that's what irreverence does. It's because it's basically fumbling around with anything you can see, touch, feel, think, and perceive in any one of your realms. So, if I'm telling a story, I can bring in anything. It's like living improv. And if you assume all the world is just stage and we just show up here, we pass through this door, we're born, play on the stage for a little bit, we exit stage left, we die, and we just go back into the audience and watch it again. While we're on the stage, everything on the stage, including the audience, is a prop to be played with. There's something to be incorporated and engaged. That's what comedy is. It's taking this concept and weaving them together. Well, yesterday on Chris's show, I was talking about the parable of Jacob and the angel, Jacob wrestling the angel, right? So that's okay. That's one concept we have here. Now, most people will simply take the one biblical concept of Jacob wrestling with the angel, and they'll take that literally. They'll take it from the church they attend, and that's the one statuette. That's the one statuette they've carved. Now, imagine going into that lump of clay, getting your hand in there, taking out another lump, and now you mold a little statuette of WWE. Now you have the statuette of the Bible and the statuette of WWE, and you get them all, you mix them up together, and then you have Jacob, who's coming into the ring with a couple of valets calling out the angel, I'm coming for your title. And like next thing you know, you have this whole big crazy thing that happens. What it does is it allows you to look at both through a different lens now, while still appreciating both. But now you've just zoomed out a little bit. That's really the essence of how use irreverent thinking to just kind of zoom out and appreciate things from a different perspective. Stay playing with them.
That could really help me with my marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
I'm
like
a marriage
really.
counselor now. This is awesome. I've been waiting.
You're online. You're an internet minister.
Hell yeah, I am.
Oh my God, you're channeling. You're ministering to me right now.
I am ministering to you right now. Tell me, child, what troubles
Well,
you?
well, my husband is all like we really have very little in common. He's all WWE. He's wrestling. And I had joked at one time, it was like, he'll go and drop $50 to watch the wrestling show. I'll go and drop $50 on crystals. Like so you just described bringing like the two worlds together and like seeing the bigger view.
Now imagine this. Imagine he's watching wrestling, okay? You go out, you
I
buy
have to imagine it. I witness it almost every
All
night.
right, so he's there, he's sitting there, he's watching his wrestling, he's all in on this, right? He's all in. Now, you take, of course, this is what he does, right? He takes this like tunnel vision he has. He's got this one like statuette of his wrestling. Now, you've got your one statuette of these crystals. Now, how can you merge them? You take the crystals, okay? You tie them around your neck or your wrist or whatever, and then you give him a flying elbow off the top ropes, boom, right there. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I've just fixed the marriage, and that's how it's done.
But you're assuming the marriage needs fixing.
Oh, I'm just assuming every
I didn't say it needed fixing.
I'm assuming every marriage needs fixing.
You're just ministering.
Tell me I'm wrong, people. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me every marriage doesn't need a little bit of fixing. And I'm not talking about changing all the parts. Sometimes you just need a bit of a tweak. Sometimes you just need an oil change, a little bit of a tune-up.
I'm saying a little oil change.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Oil change for some guys. That's way outside of my ministry's purview. We don't do that.
Yeah, and I love what you do, and I love this topic because for me, laughter has been my life. It was a coping mechanism for a long time for me. It became my life motto, which is I keep laughing until it gets funny. And that came through for me, the first year of my diagnosis with the MS, and I was so very sick. So choosing a sense of humor was very empowering. And it shifted my experience of what I was going through. Whether it was, the addiction or the chronic illness or whatever whatever we're going through, we don't need to label it and, call it out because it doesn't matter. We all have our stuff.
Yep.
But if we can pull that, because humor, we can channel that. That's even a channel. That is a gift from the divine, is it not?
100% it is. That's exactly what it is. It's the gift to be able to play with reality and step outside of, and I don't know why it just came to me that this idea is like figurine. And if you just stare at the same figurine every single moment of your life, you're going to think the entire universe is this one figurine. It's going to drive you nuts. And God help us if something goes wrong with that figurine, then we're really in trouble. If we don't see anything outside, we're in a lot of trouble. That happens. But if we're constantly in the process of like playing with the figurine and creating new ones and getting in that clay and doing all kinds of different things with it, no matter how bad it gets in that one moment, we can zoom out. And we can play with the concept, and we can fang it a little bit. Now, sometimes there is a dark side to this, though, and I want to explore this because we're on social media.
This is
the dark side of it lives because I love exploring the dark sides.
You wouldn't be you if we didn't.
Better recognize. So this is something that happens all the time, and as a comedian,
thank you, Dad Woliner. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
And yes, I think that's Rassi. We talked about this last night. Best source to help the release. Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally is.
Yeah. So continue.
No, yeah. No, so now think about this. We have this incredible power in our fingertips to take something that is very, very troublesome to us, but to defang it. But some people are very emotionally attached to the trouble. And they're very emotionally attached to the narrative around that trouble. And they're even more emotionally attached to their self-proclaimed role within the narrative of that trouble. So let's break this down an example.
They've created that role.
100% they have. Now, would you say we live in a polarized society?
Maybe a little.
A little bit. Very interesting phenomenon has happened over the past couple of years, and I know everyone has noticed it, but not a lot of people consciously notice it anymore. And this happens on both sides of the divide. where people are now labeling themselves according to their actual beliefs, supposed to who they are. So if somebody has like a profile, and you'll see somebody on the left, and you will see it very, very, very clearly. Say feminist, anti-racist, social justice warrior. Like they will very clearly label it who I am. This is me. This is my role to play, and I take it damn seriously. And on the right, the exact same thing. People label themselves constitutional conservative, patriot, gun owner, American, like boom, 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 boom. And everybody gets really, really tied up in these roles. And when you get tied up in these roles, you're staring right down the barrel of that one figurine. Now imagine somebody coming over and pouring water on that figurine and then laughing because it's hilarious. You are not going to find it hilarious at all. You are going to want to decapitate the person who came over and poured. And they don't mean any ill will. They're just saying, oh, look, fun, figurine, pour water on it. As your way of just lightening them up. They will want to cut you for making that joke. Because you're attacking what they built around themselves as a hard and fast role, identity, position, all of it.
Yeah.
So it's a willful exercise in not taking advantage of the gift that we have and actively shunning it. Saying, no, not only do I not want to exercise this gift, I quite literally want to shun it and anybody else who carries it with them.
Well, there's a sense of it feeling threatening. You're threatening my space. You're threatening my belief. You're threatening this role, this identity that I'm so attached to. And the attachment, I always take it one step further with people. The attachment, we become very protective of that attachment, and we will protect it, whether it's a label, a diagnosis, a role, whatever it is. We will protect that. Yeah. To the death.
Defines us. Because it's so scary, because then the question has to be, and nobody wants to answer this question, who would you be without any of that?
Right. And that was one of the most, if not the scariest question I ever asked myself. Margaret, who's here, knows what I'm talking about. When I asked myself, who am I without the story?
Yeah. And I want to.
I wasn't sure I wanted to know.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Absolutely. And I want to asterisk and caveat all this by saying, because I know this gets misinterpreted very often, that the causes that people believe in are not trivial causes. These are not trivial things. No. So that is absolutely not the intention, is to say what you believe is trivial and should be mocked all the time. Now, it should be. Everything should be mocked. That's I'm a comedian. So, but
I'm sorry, Geoff, but Margaret comments, she goes, I will cut you. She's like hashtag Bronx girl. She's from the Bronx.
I'm from Queens. I get it. Sometimes you just got to cut.
From Queens, Margaret. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No, but it's
funny.
Yeah, there's a way of, like, there are a lot of things that I'm very, very passionate about, belief wise.
Yeah.
But I make it a point, though, to take my most passionate beliefs about the issues of the day and to make fun of those the most out of anybody. Because once I get to the point where I take something so seriously I can no longer laugh at it, I become a slave to the belief. And I become a slave to the tribe that holds that belief.
You become very closed off.
Yes.
And there's a disconnect.
Yep.
When that happens, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, there is. There's a disconnect between you and other people who you would otherwise be on really good terms with.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're not. Like, you tell your aunt to go drop dead because she voted for the wrong guy. Like, wait, what?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What's happening here? It's my aunt.
Yeah.
Love her. At least I used to love her, but she voted for the wrong guy, so I can't love her anymore. And it's like suddenly we get locked in these tunnels of thought.
It's judgment. And it's so, you're talking to Genergy here. It's so low vibration.
Yeah, it's rough, isn't it?
So low vibration.
Turbocharge those batteries when you get to low vibration places. It's not good.
Yeah. And so, how do we go from the low to the high, And I don't know if you are familiar with or follow Abraham Hicks.
I actually am familiar with Abraham Hicks's work, and she's interesting. It's
they are an amazing group of. She channels them, and they're amazing. But she has this chart that anybody can Google it, and it's how the chart of emotions from lower to high vibe, and how you can incrementally move from a lower state to a higher state, one rung at a time. You don't just go from low to high. Like, you gotta, So yeah. And that was a tangent, but
no, 100% it does. It's really good. And what I love about the use of just, I mean, this really crazy irreverence, like really crazy irreverence when it comes to things that we hold really dear. And I mean, really, really, really dear. Like the things people put, again, in their profiles. Like, this is who I am. This is what I believe. This is what it's all about. If we can find a way to find humor in it, and not to devalue it, but to find humor, there's a huge difference.
Right.
I say humor values it more, because what you're saying, if you can make fun of something and yet still believe in it, that's a real belief. That's a belief that you've arrived on your own and can withstand scrutiny and can withstand satire. But if it can't withstand satire, it is not a belief that you've arrived on your own. It's a belief that was fed to you and you are desperately holding on to because you deep down know you can't actually withstand it. And it's not that strong. Yeah.
And, you know, I'm thinking of, have you read The Four Agreements?
The Four Agreements. It sounds like something that happened at a pizzeria in Brooklyn where it's like, all right, so you're going to get this.
Of course it does in your brain.
Right? Give nothing to that stew now. You understand? You give it to him, we're going to have trouble, right? No, it's okay. So
it's just a way to live and to live peacefully and happily within yourself. And, you know, one of the four agreements is to not take anything personally.
Yeah.
And so humor is a gift because it allows us to lighten up. And like with the work that I do and the people I work with in the healing arts, I always say, like, we don't have to wait until we reach a certain level of healing to allow ourselves to laugh and experience joy.
Absolutely.
We get to choose that along the way. And I see it all the time, though. We don't give ourselves permission. We hold back because healing is serious. You know, healing is painful. Healing is, you know, yes. Is it all those things? Yes. But it gets to be all the things. You get to choose what your healing path looks like and feels like. And why are you not throwing in laughter and joy along the way? Because what's the point if you're not?
Yeah. And I think a lot of it is, I think there's a fear. You know, how many times have you
Claudia's here. What's up, girlfriend? Jen's boo. That's right, girl. You're my boo.
I thought I was your boo. I'm out of here.
You're my Geoff.
It's an attachment. I'm holding on.
You're my
holding on to a belief that I'm your boo. And now, like, somebody comes along, steals my cheese. That's it. I'm out.
I love, I don't know if you saw, I love what your dad said a few moments ago. He said his late fencing coach would say, disengage. Sometimes you have to disengage from yourself. Very liberating.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because if you don't, you're not learning. You're locking yourself into one way of thinking and seeing, and your perception is like this.
Oh, yeah. It's a low vibe.
Like, what's going on outside of this little peephole that you're viewing everything through? There's a whole freaking universe.
Yeah. Well, that's the scary part, though, right? Because if we open ourselves up to this idea that we could be wrong about this, then, oh, God, what else could we be wrong about? And that, you know what I mean? That's how
nobody likes to be wrong. So let me just stay with my peephole where I can feel like I'm right.
Yeah, that is a dangerous thing for a lot of people. This idea that if I allow myself vulnerability on my flank about this one thing that I'm super passionate about, there's a potential that it could shatter everything for me. And the whole house of cards comes tumbling down. And then it comes back to what we said. Who am I without all this, without this name, this face, this title, this belief, these people I call my family, my friends, everything. What am I? What am I without any of it? And here's the part.
How do you answer that for yourself?
What? Sorry, say it again.
How do you answer that for yourself?
Well, to me, it's this is.
But you know,
you get metaphysical. You ready?
Yeah.
That's such a
Let's get metaphysical. Metaphysical.
Please ready for this. Like never a no, I'm not ready for this moment. Like, yeah.
I've wanted to do an Olivia Newton-John style video, but let's get metaphysical.
Oh, sold. Done. This is happening.
So when we get together, will you help me do that? I want to get like the headband on.
One condition. Two conditions. Number one, does not occur in the winter, and we don't do it in bathing suits out in your snow. No, just it's a hard no. By the way,
hard no.
You're amazing for doing that, and you're not, and you're amazing, and you're all of it. Like there's that can coexist at the same time in the same space.
Craze balls. I'm craze balls.
Yeah. So
hey, there's my new word, craze balls.
Craze balls.
Love it.
There it is.
Oh,
You-
Claudia said
you-
that's powerful. I don't know what's powerful, but something we said was powerful.
probably something you said. I'm just rambling, but there was a what the thing that really hit me when you were asking that, like, how do I
Oh,
keep it,
right.
and think, okay, it's easy enough. First, it's just remembering to remember. That sounds super cliche, and like, what the hell is this guy even talking about? But it's remembering who and what we actually are.
Yeah.
Remembering that which most don't remember. And I'm going to ask everybody at some point tonight to just take a very still moment and just close your eyes and think of the word remember. See what hits you. Just try it. Not right now. Keep your eyes open.
Wow, I was like all ready to go like in and be like,
you don't want to miss this, but like, yeah, later. Yeah, just close your eyes and just tell yourself, I remember. And just be really still.
Yeah.
You might be interested in what hits you. You might be interested.
You can also ask yourself, what would you like me to remember?
Oh, now we're doing intentionality.
Yeah. What would you like?
Really focused in this one.
Yeah. What would you like me to remember?
You know what else?
That's what this is about. It's about remembering and to remember, but to remember, we have to unlearn.
Yep.
It's a process of unlearning to remember who and what we really are. And I mean, I believe truly now and at this point in my life that at the core of our being, we are all love. We are light and we are love.
All day.
Yeah.
You know what I think is a really effective way, if folks really want to connect with that, and maybe you've tried a lot of different things and it's not working for you. Maybe you've gone on the yoga retreats. Maybe you've done Reiki. Maybe you've done all this stuff. And I'm not knocking any of it. It works for a lot of people. But there's folks out there, they've done it all. I'm like, you know what? Still not working. It's still not connecting. The traditional faith I grew up in, that's not speaking to me either. Yeah. And yet I have this sense something. Can't quite put my finger on it. So here's a cool way to access that. Think about the things on earth that you're really passionate about. Think about the causes, think about the issues, think about your country, your religion, all these different kind of big things that are really important to you. Now take a step back and realize they all existed long before you were here, and they will all be here long after you're gone. And your passion about that was most likely fed to you by somebody else. Anybody who's watching this, who is a believer in any of the classic monotheistic religions, none of you are the founder of that religion. Not a single one of you came up with the concept of any of that. Not a single one of you was inspired by the Quran. Not a single one of you walked with Jesus. Not a single one of you parted the Red Sea. Not a single one of you did that. Somebody else told you about that, and you got really passionate about what somebody else told you. You have a belief in these social issues of the day. These are things that other people told you to be passionate about. You looked for yourself and said, yeah, hell yeah, I should be a part of that. But think about that. A part of that existed before you. That will exist after you. You are actually a small part of this, and yet a bigger part of everything, paradoxically. So remove yourself from this, and that, and say, what would you be without any of this? If the country you love so much disappeared tomorrow and was just land, who would you be? Would you still be an American? Would you still be a Somali? Still be Japanese? What would you be? What would you be? And think about all that. If you woke up tomorrow and that was all gone. If you woke up tomorrow, let's say you hardcore believe and you were a hardcore anti-racist. Good on you. You're a hardcore anti-racist. So I think tomorrow racism is gone. Gone. And I mean gone. And not just structurally, I'm talking gone in the hearts of humans. In the heart of every single human who walks the earth.
It's not even a concept anymore.
It's not a concept anymore. What would you be? You can't put that on your title anymore. What are you now? Sit with that thought for a second and then ask yourself, do I remember? What do I remember? And you will remember something far beyond that. Far beyond it.
Wow.
Jen, who would you be if you weren't Jenergy? If you weren't the great Jen Rustman? By the way, don't be anybody else because you're awesome. But who would you be?
Thank you. I already said light and love. That's who I feel I am at the core of my being. And I've been able to remember this because I've done the unremembering work. I've done the unlayering. I've done the shedding of the conditioning. And I talked last year about how I had this epiphany that, holy crap, I have been living with this cardboard box on my head, and this box has all of my labels and diagnoses and identities and roles written all over it. And suffering, right? We suffer to a certain extent. There's pain involved because there's resistance, and pain is in the resistance, but freedom is in the surrender. And when I had the final, like the aha moment last year, like, oh, I could take the box off my head. Like nobody else can take it off my head, but I can. And when I metaphorically and metaphysically and all the ways took that box off my head, that's when my peephole went. And not only with everything around me, but how I viewed myself.
Yeah.
Because my perception of self was so skewed because of all of the imprints and the conditioning and the life things that I went through, just like everybody else has their imprints. And we get to this point, like we're all imprinted on from the moment we're born.
Yeah.
Right. And we have these stamps and these imprints, and it changes us. Like we don't come in here. We don't come into this life with all of these imprints. We come in clean.
Blank check.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even like the word clean, but we come in.
Yeah, we're not that clean. I mean, you've experienced childbirth. It ain't that clean, but
yeah, it's pretty messy. But they clean them up pretty quick.
You're right, thankfully. That's good.
This seems like they're pretty rough with the babies, but the babies can handle it.
Yeah, you'd hope they clean the baby up pretty quick. I mean, that's a mess. It's like, I've had a long day. I need this too now, God. Who's going to cover my dry cleaning? Yeah.
Geoff, the LinkedIn user says you're touching their soul. Oh.
Back at you. And I mean that.
That's awesome. I'm just laughing because it's LinkedIn user. Like it's such a deep connective expression. It's LinkedIn user. I think it's Rassy.
Let's dig into this for a second. Let's totally go shrink on you. Let's explore this.
Okay. What are we exploring?
LinkedIn user. What a perfect metaphor for what we're talking about. We've just stripped away names, identities, titles, associations, all that.
Yes.
Now we're just connecting with the LinkedIn user as linked as anybody, as any one of us, any one of them. It could be anybody. Doesn't matter.
There's no name, no identity, no story.
No filter.
No,
we're not approaching them in a certain way. Like Lenka posts, right? We love Lenka. We know stories about Lenka. We will reference them in our talk. And yet LinkedIn user, well, we know who it is, but let's pretend we don't. It could be anybody.
It could be.
And yet we'll just talk to this person like a fellow soul. That's it.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it.
What if we all learned, what if we all unlearned so we could start living like that?
That's it. And this comes back to irreverence. And this is why I do it, because what irreverence does is it chips away at the foundation of that which is so serious and can't be broken, and locks you into this narrative and this identity and this story. And it removes you further and further and further away from this universal consciousness. The more you chip away at it, the more you find your way back home. Chipping away at the story is your way to go home.
Yes.
That's the road home. That's it. Chipping away at that which we think is unchippable. Everything is chippable. That's not a word. That's totally not a word.
And I'm sorry, but you can't have just one chip. I'm just saying.
Don't tell me that either. I put myself on Harvard English major blast right now. So don't take chips away from me too. That's all I got.
No.
That's all I got.
You can be protective and attached to your chips.
Don't deprive me of this, Jen.
Unless you're talking about the story.
We can always talk about
that story.
Right. So yeah, that's it. That's the story too, right? The story is I need chips. I love chips.
Right. Do you know, my story was, I used to say because I was so attached, chocolate, for those of you who don't know, I'm 7 months clean of self-harming with sugar binging and, all that stuff. And, chocolate was my thing. And so I got sober from alcohol, drugs. And I was like, look, I'm not smoking. I ain't drinking. I'm not doing drugs no more. You ain't touching my chocolate. That was my big joke. Right. That was the irreverence. Right. But underneath that, there was pain.
Yeah.
You're not taking this away from me. This is the one thing I have left to self-soothe, to turn to when I'm having feelings.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous now that I'm saying it out loud, but it's so real. It's so real.
Not ridiculous.
There's a dopamine hit that happens when you eat chocolate or sugar. So
anyone who's ever touched Chips Ahoy feels that pain right now, and they feel it profoundly and deeply and into their very core.
Yeah.
Because it just burrows in there. It just nestles its way in there, and it just replicates. It's like a virus, and it just gets in you.
Yeah, but and if we keep saying, if we keep repeating over and over, I'm a sugar addict, I'm a sugar addict, I'm a sugar addict, I'm going to be a sugar addict.
Yeah, reinforces the story.
Right.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, so I've been saying for the past years, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire. And it just keeps reinforcing that I'm definitely not a billionaire. So I don't know. Maybe this example sucks. I don't know.
I got some tips for you after the show.
No, you know what it is to be a billionaire. And then you keep telling yourself you're one, so you stay a billionaire. That's how because in order to be a sugar addict, you got to be a sugar addict first and tell yourself you're a sugar addict, you're a sugar addict.
Right.
So that's what it is. All right, friends, help me make a billion. We're going to try this out in real time. We're going to have a human experiment. Make me my billion, and I'm going to keep saying I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire. I'll throw you some crumbs. It's good. I got you. But just help me.
But those crumbs won't be small people because he's going to be a billionaire. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, crumbs. Like, I'm not going to give you like $5. I'm going to give you $10, and then we're going to just make this happen. So
he's so generous, isn't he?
Very generous guy. Yeah.
I might get $20 because he was on my show.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jen helped me heal too. So like I owe Jen a big one on this one.
Oh, he does actually. Yeah. So maybe...
Jen is amazing. Like, for real. Jen is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Certainly opened your creative portal, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Here we are. Look at this. Sometimes it's just flooding in.
I know. You're not the first person I've done releasing with that had that experience. Like entrepreneurs I work with, they're like, holy crap, like I wrote my book in a weekend. Like seriously.
I feel terrible now. It's a weekend and I'm only
like one guy after one session, he was like, holy crap, like all weekend I channeled and wrote out my 12-week course. Mm-hmm. coaching package container. I was like, wow, awesome. Yeah.
That is something. 12 weeks.
Yeah. He was trying to come up with a 12-week coaching container for couples.
Yeah. If you can't fix me in a week, I'm not interested. Not happening. You tell this 12-week coach to.
Nice.
I'm sure this 12-week coach is wonderful. And you know what? No, seriously, this 12-week coach is, if Jen is working with this 12-week coach.
I'm not. He's not my coach.
I don't mean
he's
like
my client.
I don't mean, that's what I'm saying. Working with collaboratively. I know you're not hiring this person. Gotcha. You're taking their money. Respect. That's what's all about. That's what's up. Yeah. They can afford it. It's a 12-week program. Those things cost a fortune.
I know.
Right?
I know, but like,
longest coaching program you ever taken? I'm curious.
That's what me?
Yeah.
That I've ever paid for?
Or the longest you've ever, just out of curiosity, longest coaching program you've done.
Probably 3 months, 12 weeks. I want to say 6 months, but I don't think I've done 6 months.
Okay.
I've done 12, 3 months.
Because I need a dare. I need a good dare. Just like a good long program. Just dare me. I'll just do it in front of everybody. I got to make a commitment.
All right. Well, I dare you to work with me for a year.
Oh, I can't do that. No, there's no chance. Not happening.
Oh, man, that was going to be good income for me.
I need darkness. I need the demons. I need this stuff to write. I can't write without any of this. Like, this is, if I'm just all happy-go-lucky and cleared and light with the universe, I got nothing. What's happening over here? You know what I mean? Well, I mean, all right. I'm great. You're great. Light, love, end of story. That's it. This is New York Times bestseller stuff flying off the shelf.
Oh my God. All right. So I want to hear what you have to say about my story, my visual about, cause you're talking about how, we're looking at this little figurine, right?
Yep.
And if that's all we see. So I always talk about how I have this vision of the universe sitting in the front row, cushy seats of the movie theater with a big ass bucket of popcorn, buttery popcorn, extra large soda, big screen, watching the Jen show.
Yeah.
And going like this, eating the popcorn, waiting on me to make a move, waiting on me to have a breakthrough, waiting on me to get clarity, waiting on for me to make a decision, waiting for me to take action.
Yeah. Now here's the cool thing about that. You're in the audience too.
Oh, damn.
In real time while it's happening.
Ooh. So you're saying I'm sitting right next to him?
Exactly what you're doing.
Oh,
You're sitting there watching yourself do it in real time.
well, yeah, because like
Mid
I'm a
embryo.
conscious observer now.
That's right.
Like,
But you're
I mean,
intelligent at the same time. Like it's happening simultaneously.
yeah.
You're trapped in the meat suit doing your thing, but you also have the part of you, the non-corporeal part of you that is taking the whole show in at the exact same time.
Well, yeah, because we're all part of that universe sitting in the front
Right.
seat, front row.
Exactly.
Oh,
Here's the question. Do you think the part of you who's watching the show is trying to get you out of there or wants to see how bad this can get for just pure entertainment value? It's like a total celestial shitlord. I mean, this could be a thing. So that would be me. I'm just saying. And I'm almost certain that's what's happening with me right now. I'm sitting up there. I'm like throwing popcorn at the screen. Like, look at this idiot. Look at him go. Run, monkey, run. Yeah.
like the freaking Rocky Horror pictures.
I know it's a Rocky
No,
Horror
no,
show.
no, no.
There is zero doubt about that. Definitely sitting there throwing stuff at the screen.
I truly feel like I feel my soul like answering this question right now. I'm embodying the feeling that my soul wants me to win. And my eyes are watering up.
Yeah.
I'm having a real moment right now. Like my soul is telling me, I want you to win.
You're all verklempt.
Yeah.
As you should be. For real. It's a moment. It's a thing.
It is. Like my soul's rooting for me. And that's the part of me that would never let me go. It just never let me go. Fall down 8 or fall down 7, get up 8.
It's got you. It's got some plans for you still.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Claudia. I think she's hugging me. I don't have my glasses on. I think they're hugs. Oh no. There goes my microphone. There goes my clay.
I know my higher self is sitting in that theater right now. I know there's popcorn being thrown, and I know there's heckling that's happening on the screen. I know it's like one of those old like viewings like from the early 90s, like Boys in the Hood in the theaters, like where it's just getting loud. Like things are just popping off while the movie's
Rowdy
happening.
and raucous.
That is absolutely happening. Like my movie right now is like the Celestial Boys in the Hood. That is definitely happening. And the theater's getting crazy, and it's like they have to call security, which is awesome. I wish movies were like that again, where you needed security in the theater, because that's how you know it's a good movie. People are emotionally invested into the story. That's good stuff. I want myself emotionally invested in my story. I don't want to be just watching it. I want to be like, literally looking at the screen, like thinking this is really happening. Suspension of disbelief. That is good entertainment right there.
Wow.
Yeah. God, did I really just bring up like a 1991 shooting at the screen Boys in the Hood reference? Goodness.
You did.
Gen Xers are absolutely incorrigible.
You did.
Yeah.
But it worked. I mean, as soon as you said it, I mean, I had it. I captured it. I could see it.
Yeah. I remember reading about it.
Thank you, Micah. Thank you for sharing, being vulnerable. Thank you, Dad Woliner. He's cheering me on.
He's always cheering.
Micro victories. I always say, Mr. Woliner, that the little victories lead to big wins. And so you got to celebrate the little victories along the way. Celebration. Talk about the energy of celebration. That's so important.
That's our true nature, celebration. That's like our true nature. Celebration.
It is. Joy, love, celebration, laughter.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. All the goodness. Buried under all these layers of sludge. Buried under all that right there. And it's unshakable. It's unmovable. You can't touch it.
You don't overshare, Lenka. Don't ever accept that as your truth.
Nope. You undershare. Am I the only one who thinks that? I want more Lenka.
Undershare rhymes with underwear.
Doesn't it though? And there it is.
This is why we're friends.
That's Jen Rustin, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around for the 9:30 show. All new material.
All new material. Woohoo!
New material. We could always come up with all new material.
Oh my God.
No. You don't have to overshare about him. Overshare about you. Tell us about what's going on in your world. Tell us about what's lighting up your soul. Tell us about what you're painting. Tell us about what you're thinking. Tell us about your hopes and dreams and your fears and your random musings. Tell us all, because you know why? Because we love you and we're rooting for you. That's why. And you could be there's no such, I always believe that there's no such thing as oversharing amongst people who've got your back.
Yeah.
Because anybody who would weaponize that against you, it's a really good way of letting you know who's in your corner and who isn't. And if you overshare and somebody throws it back in your face, that's it. You know who you don't need to be spending your time with.
She says she's holding back oversharing out of respect for her boyfriend.
Well, that's different than oversharing.
Yeah.
That's a different show. That is the 9:30 show. Stick around for that. That's gonna get lit. It's gonna get wild up in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like,
you vibing?
I am vibing.
Feeling that Jenergy?
Like a deep vibe. Like
other ways that I can
deep vibe, deep vibe.
Yeah.
Are you vibing?
I'm always vibing. It depends on where I'm at, but I'm vibing somewhere along the spectrum. But there's definitely vibing happening right now. Because I'm a big believer in just the exchange of energy among people and what that can create and how new patterns form when two patterns come together, two very unique, distinct individual patterns, even for a split second, even just holding a bag for somebody at the supermarket, what that can create. You get this pattern of energy here. You get this person vibing over here, this person having a shit day, you help with the groceries, suddenly they come up here and then special happens.
Yep.
Thanks.
Absolutely. We love you too, Lenka.
And we're glad you're back.
I know. She's out of jail, social media jail.
We're not going to let them throw you in the clink again. We are going to launch
jailbreak. The link clink.
It's so good. The link clink.
The link clink. Hashtag link clink.
We should do that. We should have a Discord channel called the Link Clink for people who are all in LinkedIn jail.
Oh, write that down. That's a good idea.
Just nailed it right there. The Link Clink. Just straight up do that. Yeah.
And I love that it's the Discord channel.
Perfect. Speaking of which, free KDJ. Free.
Right? I don't get it.
I want to just brand that on my forehead right now. Like free Kenneth.
We all need to get tattoos.
Free the man. This is not okay.
Free KDJ.
A wonderful, sweet man. And this is not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not cool.
It's not
free the man. LinkedIn. Free the man. Do it. Or we're mounting a rescue operation ourselves and you don't want it to come to that. I got some SEALs on my team. You don't want us coming for you. We're breaking him out one way or the other. LinkedIn. You have a choice. 24 hours. Or SEAL Team 6 is coming for him. You break that man in the LinkedIn jail and you do it today. I don't like ultimatums on the air, but that's what's happening.
Margaret's got some great comments. She's talking about the hole in the donut, right? We all know that inside of ourselves, like the hole in the donut, trying to fill that. Ego needs a story to survive.
Yep.
That's big. Like the ego needs the story to survive.
It's desperately clinging on to one. And if one gets shattered, it will build another one.
Right. And so there's the attachment and the protection, right?
Yep.
To those identities, roles, and stories.
Here's the most amazing thing about it. I'm sorry, go ahead. This thought just came to me about that. Yeah. It's kind of illustration of it.
She said, are you the same person you were at 30, at 40? If so, your figurine is stuff in a box.
Ooh. It's good stuff. We get the best guests. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not the same person I was a decade ago.
No, I wasn't the same person I was a week ago.
You're right. I missed you from a week ago. Can you bring that Jen back? This version is not.
Do you know that this just came flooding forward when you said that? Oh my God. I haven't thought about this in so long. My best friend years ago, when I first got sick with the MS and everything changed, like I was a mess. And she had a hard time with it. She really couldn't accept it. And I remember her telling me at one point, like, she misses the old Jen. And she just reminded me, I don't know where that just came forward. Yeah. And it felt so hurtful to me. It felt like I just felt like, because I felt lost,
It's a hard thing to say to somebody. You're suffering enough. It's
yeah.
Like, yeah, guess what? I do too. Line forms to the left.
Take a ticket at the delis.
Jeez. Like, yeah, like I was like Jen 5 years ago. Then one of those days when you and I were hanging out, I'm like, wouldn't it be amazing if I got MS in 5 years and just couldn't go out anymore? God, I hope.
I know.
What is?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm still me. So my body's not working. I'm still me.
I think she missed who she was with you.
Yeah, it wasn't about me, right?
No, it's never about you. Never about any of us.
Are we going to go there right
That's
now?
all production. Yeah.
No, it's never about us. Like, it's never about you.
Never about you. No. Never about you. The person who cuts you off in traffic, flipping the bird, they pull out a gun. It's not about you. Someone having
or that family member who, whatever.
Yeah. It's not about you.
It's not about you.
It was never about you. She missed going out with you. She missed how she felt when she went out with you.
Yeah.
And she
because she felt good when she was with me.
That's right. And she misses feeling good doing that with you.
Right.
She resents you for not giving her those dopamine
Oh,
hits.
you just healed that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Least I can do for you.
Yeah, that came up for some reason. That came up for a reason. Look at that. Yeah. You're absolutely. I mean, I'm feeling that.
Yeah. And when we complain about
my soul is like, yeah. But they see that speaks to the 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean,
really hard. It's really hard. That's a really hard agreement.
And this is going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but and I'm going to come right back to this. And this is on both sides. People get really, really, really passionate about these certain causes that are out there. Is it about them or is it about you? Ask yourself honestly, like really have that moment with yourself and ask yourself, are you super, super passionate about this because you really feel that injustice happening to other people who you don't know and will never know? Or is it because you have something inside of you that's saying, I'm not doing enough to fix the world. I'm not doing enough to remedy injustice. I'm not doing enough to be an ally. I'm not doing enough to leverage the gifts that I've been given and the privileges that I've been given and whatever you want to talk. I'm not doing enough. Therefore, I need to identify as this. I need to post about this. I need to spread awareness about this. I need to be seen as somebody who's passionate about this. And like really sit with that. And it's a very uncomfortable thing to sit with because we don't like the answer we get when we really honestly ask that question.
I need to be seen and heard. That's a huge thing for me in my life because I never felt seen and heard.
And there it is.
Yeah.
And then it's the ego needing to be seen and heard.
Right. And I feel, I say this a lot, like, I feel like it's a divine responsibility to share what I've discovered, right, in terms of the work I do, because of how profoundly it's impacted me and set me free. Yeah. So who am I to keep that to myself?
Absolutely. 100%. And everything that I do is entirely born from the experience of pain and not wanting others to suffer through it.
Right.
And I will be the first to admit, it is 100% self-validating. It is, what am I doing in relation?
Of course it is.
Like, what is my responsibility? Do it, and everybody on some level, and everyone loves to deny this, but it's true on much more so for some people than others, but everybody has at least a little bit of a Messiah complex. If not, I am the one who's going to save the entire world. At least I'm the one who's going to put something in motion, which can do this and this and that and this and that. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You try to feel guilty about that. Like, you have a Messiah complex. No.
I wish more people did.
Yeah. Because what is a Messiah complex? It's wanting to elevate the energy of the world. It's wanting to make this place better. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. And it's only bad when it's acted upon from like an egoic, I'm going to do this and they will know me as the one who did it. And that's, but if it's coming from that real place of something fundamentally off here and I can't put my finger on it, but I know that it needs to get better and that I have the ability to make it better in some way, and that's what drives you. God bless you. That's awesome. I
was just thinking about like the whole like victim role that people play. And there's a woman I know who used to always, she would say, she'd be like, whoever, Jen, get off the cross. We need the wood.
Especially nowadays, it's really hard to get lumber now.
I know. I know. Prices go way up.
Do not take up a cross now. Seriously, that'd be super selfish of you.
Yeah.
We just need them all. We need them all right now, especially
Yeah.
for my wood pellets for the grill. Like, people got to heat their homes in the winter. That's nice. I have a wood pellet grill. Bottom line, like I need my hickory, I need my mesquite, I need my pecan, I need all that good stuff. So
Nice.
get,
Oh,
get down off the cross so I can go smoke a
nice.
birthday tomorrow.
Do you use walnuts and almond too?
I probably should, but I never will.
So, with regards to what you were just saying before, I was also feeling into what I talk about a lot, which is really become, I've always been saying, like, it's really turned into like a belief and a value of mine is our pain becomes power when given purpose.
Love that.
And like, it's beautiful and it's wonderful and it's true, like, because, but for me, it like, with regards to what you're saying about, not that it's a selfish thing, but it's, I don't know, selfish, self-serving. I don't even want to label it, but like,
Yeah.
because for me, it's like, well, then what's the point of all the pain?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all this pain that I had the first half of my life, or longer than that, what was the point?
I mean, we give it meaning ultimately.
Right. So I gave it the meaning of playing out the victim role for
Yeah.
so many years,
Mhm.
and then healing. So here I am, like, no, I'm turning it into power by giving it purpose.
It's just energy, right? You're just
I'm
trans
transmuting it.
That's all you're doing. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
taking a shopping spree and you're decking it out. You're giving it an energy makeover.
An energy makeover.
That's it. Yeah, the pain to power energy makeover.
Transmutation.
I dig that. Write that down. That's a good business idea. The energy
What?
make the
The
Genergy make. Yeah,
energy makeover.
right. The Genergy
Hey.
makeover. You're taking the pain and turning it into power. You're giving it like a makeover, like one of those reality shows. Yeah.
And there's the irreverence.
But you know what? Hey, people love reality shows, right? They freaking love reality shows. And people love I think they love those because there's a transformative aspect to these things. The show when somebody, they show up to like a dilapidated house and then they get a whole crew to rebuild it and
Oh
people show
yeah.
up and they start
So
falling.
feel good. It's
Oh my
feel
God,
good.
feel good because it's the
Yeah.
transformation of pain
Yeah.
into power.
Yes.
All like the hero arcs in all of our stories. It's the
Yes.
same deal. We go from victim to victor. We go from pain to
Mhm.
people they love
Yeah.
that because they look at that and say, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to turn my own pain into power. And I see that happening in a story that inspires me to write my own story that can do something like that.
Mhm.
And it just moves us like, on a very base level. Because like everybody's life sucks. Nobody has a great life. Some people make a great life, but everybody has like awful things that happen to them. Everybody in life,
We
everybody.
all have trauma.
Yeah, we're all traumatized. Everybody's going to get sick. Everybody's going to have mourning. Everybody's going to lose people they love. Everybody. Nobody's going to escape that.
Yeah.
And a myriad of other things that are going to happen. So we're all starting from that same kind of like baseline.
Yeah.
It much, much harder, but we're all in that like same baseline of a lot of crap's going to go down. So yeah, it's how do you do that transformation?
So what do you think? What do you think is the difference between if you were to look at two people who went through similar things, but one turned out one way and one turned out the other way?
Honestly, I think it's just a choice of the story they put around it. And some say, okay, well this happened.
The meaning they attach
Happened.
to it.
And I'm the unfortunate one it happened to. And life isn't fair and it sucks. And that's it. And the other's going to say, well, this happened for a reason. And I'm going to give it the reason that it happened. And I'm going to make this happen so I can tell myself the story and make the story come true.
Right. Or how about it's just this happened. Why do we even have to give it a reason?
Well, that's what I believe, actually.
People say that all the time. Everything happens for a reason. Does it?
I don't think it does personally, but that's.
I mean, that's a huge umbrella. Like that's a hot button. I hear that all the time.
I have a problem with
that. Do we ever stop to really take that in and go, well, does it? Does everything happen for a reason? If
that was the case, we would have literally no agency over anything. We would have no choices about anything.
Right.
And we would just be automatons. This whole thing would be programmed for us from the very beginning. If that state, nobody actually thinks that statement through when they say it.
Right.
Because logically, if everything happens for a reason, then everything happens for a reason. Then I just picked this pen up and put it down for a reason.
Right.
No, I didn't. I picked it up and I put it down. There's no reason. It's a stupid pen. That's it. It just happened.
No, you picked it up to make a point, so there was a reason.
Wow. Yeah. Now I'm cooked. Yeah, that's good. That is good.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, and there's different schools of thoughts, and I'm not saying mine is right or wrong. It's just my own personal belief.
No, yeah.
I've never seen the evidence that it happens for a reason, because I've seen the same exact situation turn out different people in radically different ways. And so have you. And so has everybody.
Right.
You know, I've seen, so I went to school with kids who grew up in a housing project that was nearby me, right? And I saw a vast divergence. Kids who came from the exact same background, same family unit, same income level, the whole exact deal. I mean, I'm talking like identical situations.
Mm-hmm.
And some went out and became Air Force officers, and some ended up in prison. We're talking the exact same route, the exact same experience, different interpretations, different paths that took from there. You know, Holocaust survivors I met, I could think of two examples very, very clearly. I could think of one who became very, very nasty and very bitter and very hard and very cold, and one who became the warmest, sweetest, most magnanimous person. They were in the same camp for the exact same amount of time. So if someone were to say, well, that happened for a reason, then everybody would have to have the same logical outcome. And yet it didn't. It happened. One gave it the reason of life is hard and cruel and people are monsters and F this world. And the other said, the pain that I've gone through has shown me the depths of evil humans are capable of. Therefore, I will live my life fighting that evil with goodness and light every second of every day. And that's just the interpretations they had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're having a moment.
Yeah, it's a moment, guys. You're witnessing it here live on JenergyVibes.
Just to break the moment. Got the pen.
Got the clay.
Oh, we got the clay.
Yeah. Wow. Well, my God, we could probably keep going down this rabbit hole for another hour.
Never and ever.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I appreciate everybody being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. So it's really, I love that we talked about, oh, Alexandria. Hi. Yay. I love, I forgot what I was going to say.
It's all right.
I don't even know.
I would just say, everybody out there, if you're wondering, if you're looking, if you're searching, if there's something out there is there, but you can't quite put your finger on yet, just think, close your eyes and just say, remember, and just be still with it for a second. And don't let any values or judgments or filters or perceptions get in the way. Just let that happen. Just let it happen for a second.
Yeah.
I think you might be blown away what happens. Just a simple act of that.
Yeah. And go ahead.
No, once it happens.
I was going to say, in doing that with a sense of curiosity, not judgment, right?
Yeah.
Like,
just allow it in. Just see what happens.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything. Just see what happens. Nothing might happen. That's a real possibility, but something profound might happen too. Be open to it. You might surprise yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And humor and laughter is a beautiful gift from the divine to help us remember. Because you know what? Like, we really need to lighten the fuck up.
God, don't we? What a world. Cover yourself, people.
Excuse my French, but like, sorry, not sorry, because like it's one of my favorite words, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
Don't apologize.
But we really do need to lighten up.
Yeah, and you know what? Pardon my French, but désolé, je ne parle pas français.
Oh, oui, oui. I used to speak French.
Did you?
I did. I studied it for 5 years, and then I lost it because I'm American.
No, you basically live in Quebec anyway, so you might as well learn some French.
No, I should have learned Spanish.
Anything north of Westchester is Quebec. So.
Oh my God, you're so wrong about that, my friend. It's not even close to Quebec.
Yeah, go to Lake George for a summer, then tell me that with a straight face again.
Hey, I kind of sort of live near there.
I know you do.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got to get up this summer. This is going to happen.
You know, my son my sons were in the kitchen yesterday, and one of my sons had made the statement like he's like, I don't see any evidence of God anywhere. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He goes, well, I was in foster care. Like, where was God? You know?
Yeah. Funny thing, I don't either. Zero, none. And that's the best part of it.
You don't see any evidence of God anywhere.
None. I see all evidence to the contrary, which paradoxically strengthens my faith. Yeah, chew on that one.
Is anybody's brain like in a pretzel right now over that? Did you just drop your pen? I can hear a pen drop.
Whenever my brain gets stirring, I'm always doing this. Like I always kind of like bend the thing, and I just it's my way of channeling.
Wow. How are you doing that?
I just do it. It's a thing. Been doing
It's
it
like
so-
spinning. You're like spinning. It's like spinning. What are you doing?
Look at that. I'm spinning the
That's
pen.
like a talent. What are you doing?
The whole thing. Yeah, just magic fingers. What can I say?
That's like the basketball when people like spin the basketball on their
Yeah,
fingertips.
should have been a Harlem Globetrotter. I totally missed my call.
Did you ever see them?
Doing this crap instead. Yeah, I did one actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the remembering journey as well, is when we decide and choose to allow ourselves to experience more fun.
Yeah, and I think that's where you see it. That's where you see the evidence of it.
Absolutely.
That's where it is. It's in the experiences. It's in the unseen.
Mm-hmm.
I won't see it in this laptop. I won't see it in this magical pen. I won't see. There's no evidence of any of that in that. It's the complete opposite, actually. This is dense, vibrating, hard matter that can hurt us. There's no evidence for the benevolent universal consciousness and anything that can harm us. Quite the opposite, actually. So to me, the evidence is in the things that can only help us, the things that can only inspire us, the things that can only make us laugh, things that can only make us love, things that can only make us see the divine spark in everybody else. That, in my book, is where the evidence really is.
Right. I'm listening to you and I'm hearing like I feel the evidence.
It's not in a crowbar. A crowbar could bash my leg open. It's definitely not in a crowbar. There's no evidence of God in a crowbar. None. Zero. God does not live in a crowbar. But
no, but if you're stranded on the side of the road in freezing weather and somebody comes by and has a crowbar, it can save your life.
Mm-hmm. And the evidence is in the person who made the decision to do that.
Right. But they had
That's
a crowbar.
where it is, in the action. Yeah. That's all it is. In the animated action.
And it's feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's energy.
That's all it is. It's feeling it. It's like knowing that this person didn't have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Something greater than themselves drove them to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You're not entirely sure what or how, but you know that it did.
Yeah.
And for many people, it's an irrational act. It's dangerous.
I want to say, as we close out the show, that I truly believe, for me, one of the greatest experiences of feeling and witnessing the evidence of the source of all that is good was post 9/11.
Yeah.
When I saw and witnessed the collective come together and, in solidarity and support and love, and people down at ground zero, and, all the things and all the communities, how people came together. It lasted for quite a while and then went back to normal, but to be alive and witness the love that came flooding forward out of such darkness and devastation, that to me was feeling and witnessing the evidence of something greater than all of us.
Absolutely. I saw it after Hurricane Harvey in Houston. They were called the Cajun Navy came out, and people got on their boats and they started sailing all around the Gulf, rescuing people who were trapped in flooded homes on the rooftops.
Yeah.
And people who had nothing to gain monetarily from this. They weren't looking for fame. They weren't even covered.
Yeah.
They did it. They just did it.
Yeah.
Because it was just the right thing to do. They just knew it was the right thing to do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And those are, to me, that's where you see it.
Yeah.
That's where you see it.
Yep. Absolutely. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Wow, my friend. Well, thank you.
Thank you. And thank
Thank
all of
you.
you.
Thank you for being here.
Back at you.
Not thank you for doing. Thank you for being.
I appreciate that. And thank you for being. I appreciate you being.
Thank you.
Yeah. You don't got to do, just be. You're great as
And
is.
all of you out there that are just being with us. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. And we
We do.
appreciate your participation.
Absolutely.
And if you are hopping on at any point and catching the replay, please type in #replay so I can circle back around and say hi. And I will go back through and through the comments once we jump off. Thank you, Claudia. I'm so glad you were here. Yay. So good. So good. This has been great. I mean, we had some laughs. We went deep. We went there.
Went there.
It's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
I'm both sides of the pancake, man.
What's up? That's how we do it.
Yep. 1 minute we're like feeling the feels and my eyes are watering, all emotional. The next minute I'm peeing myself because I'm laughing. Like that's it. Love you too, Claudia.
That's it.
My boo. Well, thank you, Geoff, for being here and sharing yourself, your gifts, shining your light out
I
into the
appreciate
world.
you, friend.
The only way that you can do it. You're amazeballs.
Thank you.
What?
I said thank you.
Receive.
Receive.
Receive. We're receiving. Yes. All right, my friends. We'll see you guys next week. Geoff, thanks again for being here.
Yep.
Good night, everyone. And
Good night,
don't forget to practice what Geoff talked about tonight, which is to just take that moment. Just take that moment, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember.
Remember.